Well, I
like,
talked to him.
if there's a fun meter, you know, it starts at 0 and it starts going up. It's like, and then like in that last game when like reset, I mean not Rick, keep saying reset. Sake, got the resets onto Wiz. Like the fun meter was like going up like this. And the next game, like we're at like 98%, but next game when we see that draft, the top's gonna break. It's gonna be like, whoosh, it's gonna be like over 100%. You know, it's like the little gauge that has the crack or the glass pipe. Like it's gonna crack because the fun meter went like too hard, and then started cracking is too much fun.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't use the radar.
Who knows who's gonna be playing what? Maybe the AD camera guy behind them is gonna be playing DPS next game.
Hopefully not. But I talked to Kono. Says, "Oh, your Genji's better than Mary Day." He says, "Of course." And that was a heck of a fun 2 games. He's enjoying. At least they're enjoying the game. Seems like Gen.G just with the basic mechanics. Seems like they're still dominating. I think what we're about to see in Game 3.
Did you talk to Wiz?
No, I did not see him. He's busy clearing up top lane still.
Wiz is like
with that
looking up.
He's still on that Sonya, guys.
So Wiz is reviewing the talent choices from Game 1, trying to figure out what they were trying to optimize.
Yeah. What went wrong?
He was looking at Mary Day's Genji build, and he was like,
Dodge at 7?
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out what the map's going to be soon. We had map bounds on Towers of Doom and I think Braxis? Pencil
yes, Braxis, okay. I have that written down. So
okay, so those are not available. Maybe we're going to Volskaya. Oh no, they did I see. I wanted to say Sky Temple because they always pick Sky Temple in this situation. These are Gen.G's map picks. They always pick these, but like, I thought they were gonna do Sky. It's fun. Fun meter went down to 98% again. Like, it's not broken. The glass hasn't cracked yet. We're not. Like Sky Temple, they just want to. Sky Temple could be over quickly. It could snowball. They could be out of here with showing the least amount of strategies before BlizzCon. And then just win and go home as fast as possible. But that's not fun. Okay, Illidan is banned. That's another anti-fun element.
Yes, they're removing the Avatar Illidan, which could be possible.
Oh no! Genji's banned!
No Genji this time. Maiev. And actually Maiev's not the best map for Maiev, so they banned Hanzo instead. Still not bad when they fight for that bottom temple. But compared to all other maps, this is possibly one of the worst maps for Maiev. So Hanzo banned instead. Now we go to the serious part.
Okay, let's see if he can hit those stuns this time.
Okay, not Deckard. First pick for Mary Day. Maybe
18 might have been the limit, man. He may never play Deckard Cain again in his whole life. He may never play it again. The streak is over. Well, Gen.G, they've got a lot of options. Diablo less popular on this map. I'd like to see an Alex Strauss here. That'd be fun. You know, maybe we could see. We saw Alex Strauss on this map from Supernova. And we might see that in our second series later on. That series actually means a lot, unlike this one. But no, Anubarak with the Phoenix. And Anubarak, we saw Tist have great impact on this hero. Good impales, good burrow charges. Just previously on BOE. Usually when the eyes are on Mary Day and the camera shot like this, okay, it's gonna be Junkrat. Usually when it's on him, it means that like he hasn't picked his hero yet. Maybe VSL knows something that I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have double support. No, I don't think so.
Maybe just the green commentators talking about him.
Yeah, maybe.
He didn't get his Deckard this time.
Nope, no Deckard.
But a very early Anubarak Phoenix pick, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
unusual.
Not really banned or taken away from BlossoM. BlossoM doesn't really like to play Phoenix.
Phoenix is very good on this map because Salvo, you fight over such a wide area. Salvo is so important, and also his wave clear is just super valuable in the 4-man, especially in the bot lane.
Yeah, but it's usually paired up with Diablo, and Salvo did get a nerf on the cooldown to 90 seconds now. Okay, Avatar, are we going to have that Valera? Okay, false stat. No Valera this game.
Well, don't speak
here
too
we
soon.
go. Mary Day Samro is back.
Okay. So
is known, infamous for his Samuro Hero Leagues.
I wonder what Samuro looks like normally. We only get to see the monkey skin in Korea.
Oh, look at the 2D portrait. That's what he looks like.
You spoiled it, G Club. Thank God we have 2D portraits now.
Diva! For the first time in Korea this season, Phase 2 Diva is not picked until today.
I didn't realize that's what. Does she say that in the English version as well?
What?
게임이면 이겨야지.
Yeah, in Korean, yes.
Only in the Korean version? That's sad. Westerners need to know about that. She says that in Overwatch in English, but...
Diva for distraction. Getting the mech out to stop
Chen!
Nerf Chen!
Chen! No! They're gonna nerf Chen after this game! It's Rich's Chen 2! No!
Chen plus Abathur is the only thing that
Chen!
can actually break barrier in lane. It's actually the strongest thing ever in lane. No one can compete against Abathur Chen.
Yes!
It is impossible.
It is impossible! This is going to be G-Clef, another perfect game!
I am so hyped. I am so hyped for this match.
There's only a few CCs on the other side. Okay, there's Tyrande, there's Garrosh, there's Junkrat's Mine, there's Diva's self-destruct bomb, which can displace Chen while he's drinking his brew. I hope he's not drinking brew in a self-destruct zone, because that's going to be painful.
Yes.
But this is it. This is the reason why Chen will be nerfed in the next patch. I've actually been in the future. I know that Chen will be nerfed in the next patch, and it was because of this game where, you know, the Abathur Chen exploit was discovered for the first time.
Well, well, well. Rich on that Chen. Also quite infamous. Ever since Chen was in the game, that's forever.
Well, I mean, Rich's Chen has been pretty bad. Like, Rich's Chen at BlizzCon 2016, you know, was, people were a little bit concerned about, you know, how he was playing it. Fnatic was very happy about it, for those who remember. Well, this is what you do with the Diva comp. We've seen this utilized by Roll20
yes.
in North America, last year's BlizzCon.
Not the EU one.
No, not the EU one. The old Roll20.
They did run a lot of Diva comps, not just this kind.
Yeah, so you usually with the Diva, at least from them, you would
Base
push
race.
a lane, yeah, base race, and then boss fight. They did it on Warhead Junction in particular. F's in the chat, please, for Warhead Junction.
Yes, it is the healing Abathur in this case because, of course, they don't have a support.
Yeah, support Abathur is... Well, I'll just say I don't support Abathur. But it has been used with Valera, as you mentioned earlier. It has been used in Europe quite a bit. It's used in mid-season brawl.
NA a few times.
Yeah.
And Korea even a few times. Quite rare. See, but when you want to cheese like this,
I mean, they're not really doing the cheese. You know, or BlossoM, I should say, is not really doing the cheese with Diva. They started the level 1 push, now they've got Samuro split pushing. I mean, this is not the comp you want to run. You want to run Zarya with that if you're doing the cheese that Roll20 did. This is not exactly that comp. They both share Diva. But yeah, you don't want to... This isn't how you do it, but... Sake is the target here. Gondar's fine. He's got a remech available. Going to use that. Nicely placed Concussive Mine, but it's not enough to save Samuro in the top lane.
with that Samuro down, Gondar used that explosion because once you're off the mech, you actually give the EXP.
I just wanted to point out, though, that it was a really good play by Modern Life. Sorry, not Modern Life. Wiz, who's playing Junkrat in this case, to Concussive Mine the minions into the self-destruct, so he was able to utilize that for wave clear.
Well, clutch shields from and reset does work, but no follow-up because they're all so low in this case.
Gondar doesn't have a mech this time!
Dive.
Okay, that's going to be the kill there with the stab. False that's flying! Gondar's in trouble! No! Gondar, no!
What a gigantic minion wave! Can they survive?
Hunkaro's dead!
Okay, they do have Abathur. And their own minion wave actually taking the 4th shot. They do manage to get perfect dive into the bridge. Nice.
G-Clef, perfect game still potentially possible here.
But I still got my coffee already.
I know,
so.
3 coffees, in fact. Just remind me, you got triple the 2 kills, you get triple the coffee, okay? We had an agreement about that because betting is terrible and against the rules.
Yeah, but
we would never
their
do that.
dives are working hard, and I'm working hard. Samuro is actually losing the lane, which they thought they were going to win all the time. Well, against Chan plus Avatar, it's actually quite scary even as a Samuro player. So Maryday comes down, tries to harass the backline of Reset to the side.
Reset gets the warp. Gondar needs to change targets.
Early flare, so Reset gets to escape.
Gondar gonna get demec'd here. He's got the self-destruct. You can tell based on how he's using self-destruct that he actually doesn't play Diva a lot, but...
No, it's to not lose your mech. Once you lose your mech from the damage, it gives the experience to the opponent. So.
Yeah. He did it. He triggered it too early both times, though.
Yeah.
He lost a little bit of time. Now he's gonna get caught anyways. He doesn't have it this time. He's gonna just try to kill Reset here with the extra damage. He does help do so. In fact, Tisk gonna get caught here as well. I'm not entirely sure what is even happening on screen at the moment. What are we watching? The observer is just not even sure either. He's like, well, we're gonna watch. This is a concussive mine here. Yeah. Whoa.
Well, getting the update now.
That's not a perfect game, yes. What's the update you're getting?
Well, I don't know.
What's the update you're getting?
There's no update. There has been a really big lightning around this area, and the stream actually went down for a second.
Oh,
so
really?
We'll have to see. The Korean side is actually panicking right now really hard. You can see the production running around.
Yeah, well, at least the game is working fine.
Yeah,
okay.
The game's still going on. Diva
Gondar!
Once again. Yeah,
oh, he didn't self-destruct this time because he relied on Modern Life. Modern Life, who is his total partner in crime here, he
destroys. Panda, quite powerful, not in the zoo.
No, Gondar, no! Oh, Diva's win rate continues to decline worldwide. Okay, Falstad clone, goodbye, Planet Cracker, party time. The fun meter is off the charts again.
Yes! Hinterland Blast is actually what we have. And Sky Temple is actually a nice map to have that because once they're onto the choke point, you can line that up and then get such a reduced cooldown on that heroic.
Look at you trying to make an analytical point in this game.
They're level 10. That's what it is. And
yeah.
BlossoM's not level 10, so there was no way of winning that.
Here, can you press Alt and click on me? Or, no, I'll do it to you. That's what I did, guys. I pressed Alt and clicked on him. It was like, G-Clef notes that the red team has a heroic talent tier advantage.
Alt click on the level, please. But your team does not care for sure, of course.
Wolf notes that both teams have heroic talent tier available.
Oh, let's look at this chase. Okay, Rich is just going to let him go away.
Well, the boss is pushing bottom. BlossoM is not concerned. Reset's down here. Oh, Gondar decided he didn't like Sake trying to look for that flank.
Well, we have Decimate from Garrosh for extra wave clear.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, how has that not been reworked yet, by the way? Is that the worst heroic in the game? I think it is.
I think the old Zeratul, what was it? The Salt was one of the worst.
No, that was better.
Yeah.
At least there was a bug and that was relevant once.
Oh, there's a Keg. Pushing. He does not have a taunt.
Okay. Oh, self-destruct. Oh.
Hinterland Blast, Konenkano. No focus.
Oh, look at Reset trying to get that kill. Does warp away. So that first heals coming through. Oh, Gondar. No way out of this one. Planet Cracker's up. Riptire to interrupt. Gondar lives. Trying to auto attack to get that mech back.
Maybe it comes around. Snipes onto Reset. Nicely done. But he may go down along with Rich onto the side.
Oh, he's getting the heals in Toronto though. Just for a little bit longer. Tist going low. And suddenly, we got a game on our hands here. Even Abathur's in danger. The mule gonna help keep Sake alive. You know, you keep that cannon tower up. Toss a Q over the wall.
And they want to destroy all the walls. Maybe the fountain as well before they actually capture the temple at the bottom.
Sake already used Gus. You can't Gus them away.
Or are they not thinking about the objective at all?
I think they...
Because a lot of these games, they don't really... They just team fight. Not think about the... Okay, finally Modern will get there. Thanks. It is his first time on Garrosh. Maybe he does not know that Taunt is just an OP.
Yeah, the Korean commentators are like, please note that
please note,
this was not a misclick. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. You picked Decimate. In before, like, he says like, oh, it was the lightning strike. I actually misclicked during the thunder when the thunder came. Like I was too nervous. The lightning struck when Decimate was locked in.
Well, there's a lightning from the hinterland. That's gonna be striking on BlossoM's head.
Oh yeah, he didn't even go Gus. What am I saying?
If it lines up, actually, you can get the cooldown reduced to like 20 seconds. I think.
Yeah, 20 if you hit all 5.
If you, it's pretty nice. Because it actually does happen when the fight is at the bottom temple. It's actually quite nice to have that cooldown.
Ooh, Kyocha is over the wall.
Everyday smells this.
Yeah, let me tell you guys, Abathur smells a strong smell.
Oh, Pajamathur. Doesn't really smell it much, but that skull one.
Yeah, because he used Febreze to make sure it was clean on the pajamas. Yeah, he used Febreze. I would highly recommend it to any Pajamathur mains out there.
Well, what else are we missing?
Not use bounce.
Are we missing anything crazy on the map?
Just saying, don't use bounce. But yeah, I don't think so. This is less than crazy.
Oh, still with lots of... He does have borrow charge.
Yep, he's unstoppable. Oh, did you see that Decimate? I saw it.
Yeah, wish he has taunt. For resets to swarps away. Easy.
Oh, B steps in 2018.
Yeah,
in
real
Korea.
B-boys here.
Uh-oh, Wiz is in trouble.
Sake is going hardcore on the side.
Oh, here's the clone. Is it time for the hinterland planet cracker?
There's the first laser, and the real Sake comes around. For hinterland, not yet. They don't. Seems like it's not even required at the moment.
Oh, reset's gonna go down.
With that wrecking ball damage to catch the kill. No escape, Indomitable. Pressed for that unstoppable, but 3v1. What can he do? Oh, 4v1.
Wow. Woo!
Wolf certainly having his analytical moment after
Wolf
the
notes that the red team has a talent tier advantage. Okay, well, it is double temples now. Should easily be a keep, and I think half of the top keep will go down as well. Depending on if a new Brock is interrupted. Actually, I guess it's going to be maybe even the whole thing with the final shots. Now, that'll be like 1/5 left, I think, after the final shots.
They should know. With this amount of time, they are doing boss. So they are checking slightly just in case they're...
It's Keg Chen, though. Like, how can you take this boss?
Even the Avatar is actually on top. They have so much...
Look at the flank. Look at the flank from Tist. Uh-oh! Didn't see this one coming, did you? Yeah, he did. He saw it.
And the land. Nice, back on 44 seconds.
Ritz is in there. He doesn't even have to keg, but he does it anyways, just for dramatic effect.
Stolen. Team is all the way around. Gets the kill on the ball step, but can they escape? That's the thing. BlossoM already walking towards the keep with like 5% HP, by the way.
Decimate used by Modern. He used it again. We'll use it one more time. One more time. Oh, there it went. But I don't know if it really is going to turn the tides of battle as the boss marches towards the core. Rich, low on health. but he will survive. And this is why Chen will be nerfed in the next patch.
Yes. Samuro stays.
Oh, slap alert!
Kocha
Oh no, Kocha,
no! That's a death!
Oh no!
From Rally Jaffa, death onto Avatar means loss in game.
Yes.
That's a quote, unquote.
I miss Rally Jaffa. You think if I just got him and walked out, he would just magically sit in my chair and finish the rest of the series? Oh. No, it's too late. It's already over.
3-0
GG!
Not BlossoM, Gen.G.
You know what the G stands for in GG? Well, the first G in this case?
No.
Great game.
What about the second one?
Game.
Yes.
Yeah, in this case. Wow.
Great game.
Look at the smiles on the faces of #1 seed from Korea, defending mid-season Brawl champions Gen.G. They take this win with Keg-Chen Abathur, and that is the statement they will leave.
Yeah, the final game before they go to that BlizzCon. So that will be the final game here in Korea. They don't have to play in the playoffs. They go straight to BlizzCon, first seed spot from Korea.
I'm pretty sure that Gondar got Bulwark or whatever it's called, where you like soak the most damage. You know, where it's like, oh, you got MVP because he died 4 times as D.Va and has 52 damage soaked, 52k. Wow. Well, that is the team, my friends, that might win BlizzCon.
If you are a caster watching this VOD, maybe you can skip towards the previous week, week 9, week 8.
Yeah, I'm like, hello, HGC casters. I'm like, hi, J-How, you're my favorite, but you might want to just, oh, wait, you came all the way to the end of this VOD? You watched all those games? You did that much prep for BlizzCon? You guys are gods, but I'm sorry you watched that. I'm so sorry. This is my future message to the HGC casters prepping, watching Korea, so they're ready for BlizzCon, you know. Like, this is me speaking in the present, but also in the future.
Yes.
Because they will watch this VOD in the future.
They watch everything. Dread.
Yeah. They're gonna, one of them will probably DM me about this unless they skip the filler parts, because this is part of the filler. I should have said it in-game. They might miss it. Nobody wants to watch our little filler part here. We're like, oh, we're talking over here, we're talking over there, and then an interview happened. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, this is the part where we go, press that subscribe button at the bottom, right? That's the end of the show. But
yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Press like, press subscribe, please share this video. I'm really hyped up after that series, G Clef. It was
exciting. That was an exciting appetizer because the main dish is coming up very soon.
That's
guys.
right. Number 6 versus number 7.
Number 8 locked in. Boom. But one place is open for that next year's HGC Korea.
That's right. And Feliz or Supernova will be fighting for that spot. The loser of our next series will go to the Crucible. I know Caster O is in today. He's probably got a lot to say about that last series.
Oh, yes. When you put Caster O, King, O Prime together, they talk forever, man.
Okay, so here's the other interesting thing. I think we're going to hear from Rich today, right? Like, definitely.
Yeah,
the last time we're going to hear from Rich.
Maybe Sake?
No, it's going to be Rich, okay?
Okay.
So, we're going to hear from Rich. It's the last time we're going to get to hear from the player that a lot of people consider to be the best player in the world.
Yes.
Going to BlizzCon. But we will, in fact, be able to confirm to the person who drew Rich earlier that he has 2 ears. We mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, that on the drawing he only had 1 ear for some reason. But he will not have his headset on for the interview. So that person who drew the portraits will learn that.
Well, he died in the Diablo 2 PvP. So that's why he only has 1. And you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Wait, what? Diablo 2 PvP?
Yes.
PvP, player versus player in Diablo? Was that a thing? Are you sure?
Yes.
It doesn't seem like it's a thing anymore. What happened? What's going on with that?
Well, Diablo 2 is an old one. Well, you would only know.
The closest thing we have to PvP in Diablo is if you have 5 Diablo heroes versus 5 Diablo heroes in Heroes of the Storm.
Well, Rich has got to get some kind of nerf, you know? Just having 1 year may nerf him a little bit.
He will kill you. If you meet him in-game, he will kill you.
Notice that first BOE game where Genji was harassing him. Well, he will search and find you and kill you.
Yes.
With that brush tucker, just suddenly appears from nowhere with that gigantic sound.
I think the official quote was "Rich kill you."
Yes.
Just those 3 words. The last words you'll ever hear
before you go down.
before you are in
Mm.
the Hall of Storms with the edges of your screen all tinted purple. Let's take a look at some of the lowlights of this series. We're starting things off on Infernal Shrines. As you guys can see here, well, as you can see to the top of your screen, we had some interesting comps. A lot of crowd control for Gen.G. They used APOC. They have all the lockdown damage here. The Dragon Strike is not enough to get a kill there. For BlossoM, we move into this map. People were mostly playing their positions here.
Yeah.
Insta-kill on a Nubarok.
And resets that Anna Leeming, letting the dominance, heals back to himself. Gyoja doesn't even need to heal that Leeming. Once again,
Okay, watch Sake. Look at this. Oh, he goes in, he gets that first reset.
wave of
Misplaces the wave of force, but it's okay because he gets the
another
calamity
kill.
kill. Are we gonna watch Modern die at regular speed? No, way less interesting.
We've got a few new heroes out of the way.
He didn't even hit the lunar flare on the Gondar there.
Yeah, he's the first one to run away.
He was trying to hit the
fight.
He was trying to hit the lunar flare, man, to wake Gondar up, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we got Diva and Chen. The only 2 warriors actually left not picked in this phase are Arthas, surprisingly Arthas, and Rexar. So other than those 2 warriors, every single warrior has.
Oh, every warrior. Okay.
Yeah, just warriors.
I was
Or
gonna
a
say, I
lot
think there were a
more.
few other heroes that were not picked either.
Nova, Butcher, Ragnaros, Kerrigan, Lucio picked first. Lily, Morales. So there are a lot. And this was the moment where he sprayed Dignitas before he went down.
Oh, it's Noble S! What?
You
guys will never know if Rich has 2 years or not.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations, Double S.
아니 파트 1 이후에 되게 어렵게 모셨어요.
And after part 1,
오랜만이에요.
this is your second one. It has been a while.
그 여기 연출자분께서
네.
한 번은 꼭 나와야 된다고
Yeah, the
해서
production asked me to come out
좀
once
밀려서
again.
나왔어요.
아,
So I just had to.
운동이신 거 치고 굉장히 자연스럽게 앉아 계시네요.
아무래도 많이 하다 보니까
아우 네.
Oh, it's not my
일찍
first time
이제
getting
합격
interviewed
지으시고 지난
for
일주일 좀
HGC.
어떻게 보내셨어요?
아무래도
How did you have your holidays?
1등 확정지었으니까 좀
After confirming our first place spot,
거의 애들 딴 게임 하든가 나가서 놀든가
And
그래요.
we're playing some
그래서
other
오늘
games,
2세트,
which means
오늘
Destiny. I
그
know we have a
픽이
clan
나온
there.
거고요. 1세트에
아니 오늘
Okay, let's talk about the
웬만하면 좀
games.
하고 싶은 거 시켜주려고
I
했고
let all the players.
1등 확정이니까 좀 편하게 하려고
We
했는데
were trying to have a fun game today,
블라썸이
comfortable
더
game.
강수를 둔 것 같아요.
But BlossoM actually had some
이거 예상에
crazier
없었는데
ones.
아 네.
무슨 하여튼 재밌게 한 것 같아요.
And it was actually a very
아니
fun.
뭐 그래서
fun
2세트에는
match today.
상대팀 메피스토 티란데 다 풀어주시고
You actually just let Gen.G, Mephisto, Tyrande to BlossoM.
더 강수를 두기 위함이었나요?
아니야.
Was that for the was that for you to have
없었어요.
아, 네.
much more fun?
강수 싸움에선 진 것 같아요.
Oh, I think I lost the drafting against BlossoM really hard today.
그리고 오늘 꿀잼 경기 펼친 젠지였는데 혹시 개인적으로 오늘 가장 명장면 하나
If you had
꼽아주신다면 뭐가
to
있을까요?
pick out the highlight of today's match,
3세트 때
Game 3,
피닉스랑 폴스랑 연계해서 죽은 게 좀
when
보기에는 좀 멋있었는데
yeah,
네.
Planet Cracker
엄청
plus the
비효율적이게
Hidden Blast, it
멋있었어요.
looked cool.
왜 비효율적이죠?
그거 하나 잡는데
But-
궁 쓸 필요가 없었는데
Kind of not too
Yeah,
effective
멋있긴
as well.
아 일단
Because you have to use.
멋있었다.
It looks cool, but you have to use
아
everything.
그리고 이제 뭐 코치로서는 두 번째로 가시는 불컨이잖아요. 좀 소감이
And as a coach,
남다르실
this
것
is your second
같은데
BlizzCon.
저쪽 카메라 보고
Must feel
마지막으로 한마디
different.
해주세요.
Have any shout-outs at the end?
저는 저희가 우승팀이기 때문에
We are
네.
the defending
다음
champions.
시즌도 우승할 거고
And
이번
we are going
시즌도
to win
우승할
once again.
예상으로 가는 거고
And that's what we're expecting from
응원만
this
해주신다면
BlizzCon.
저희는 충분히 보답하는 팀이니까
And if
응원 많이
you
해주세요.
support us, root for
아
us, we
그리고
will
제가 정말 궁금한
certainly
게 있어요.
repay you guys with
1등팀 젠지에게
the
가장
result.
궁금한 거.
돼요.
야식 메뉴 요새 떠오르는 거 뭐 있나요?
Do you have any special dinner menus today?
저희가 야식 장인팀이긴 하거든요.
We are the masters of late night snacks.
당연히 1등일 것 같은데요.
햄버거는 좀 식상하고
Hamburgers,
하고.
pretty sick of it.
강남권에서
네.
삼겹살 배달이
around
따뜻하게 와서 맛있어요.
Gangnam, we have a lot of pork belly delivery
닭갈비도
system.
맛있고
네,
It's actually really
저도
good.
근처 사니까 한번
Pork
참고해보도록
bellies.
하겠습니다. 네 그리고 요거 아이디어
think that's the
우리
best
노블리스
one.
코치가 주신 거잖아요. 기대할게요. 네 저희는 잠시 쉬었다가
And
두
that's
번째
it. But
경기로
we'll be back with the
돌아오도록
second
하겠습니다.
series, Felice versus Supernova, after a short break.
Approaching the drop zone.
Locked and loaded. Good to go. Lighting him up.
Inbound airdrop detected.
You know me. I don't like anyone.
Further collapse expected. Evac to safe zone.
놓아버려. 놓아버려. 아니, 난 여왕이다. 이건 내가 세운 왕국이다. 끝냈어. 아니야, 나의 백성들이여. 당신 탓이야. 이게 내 탓이라고? 아니야, 아니야, 아니야. 이게 아니야. 이러자고 거래한 게 아니야.
거래라. 거래 좋지.
누구냐? 모습을 드러내라. 당장.
천년 동안 이 파도 아래 갇혀 난 너를 지켜봤다. 너의 정수를 맛보기도 했지.
네 놈이?
시간이 별로 남지 않았다. 넌 곧 죽는다. 오직 나만이 널 살릴 수 있지. 놓아버리고 날 섬겨라.
너를? 별것도 아닌 것이.
별거? 난 신이다. 네가 존재하기 전부터 난 지배자였다.
아름다워.
날 섬겨라. 함께 나의 왕국을 재건하는 거다.
싫다.
싫다고? 네가 감히. 그렇다면 죽어라.
난 여왕이다. 노예가 아니야. 너는 나를 1000년 동안 지켜봤다. 그렇다면 내가 원하는 것도 알겠지. 내 백성을 가져라. 그들과 함께 난 군대를 만들 것이다. 여왕으로서 네 적을 치고 왕국을 세워주리라. 싫다면 날 죽게 내버려둬라. 그러면 넌 이대로 갇혀 있겠지. 섬기는 이 하나 없는 신으로.
I made a deal with the devil. Always knew how it was gonna end. Turns out, though, it wasn't my day to die. Not that old Manx knew any better. Still, took me a good while to patch things up with Jimmy. But that boy is always finding himself in some sort of trouble. So I reformed the Heaven's Devils to help him out.
In this ultimate what-if scenario, Tychus is a commander who can customize his weapons and recruit his own outlaw crew of heroic units instead of traditional ones. As a callback to his early years, Tychus has reformed his gang, the Heaven's Devils, with 8 of his closest pals. He can only call on a total of 4 of them at a time, so be sure to choose your outlaws carefully depending on your objectives and the order in which they'll most benefit you. Outlaws fall into 3 different roles: the guns, the muscle, and the Fixers. Recruit outlaws from, where else? Joey Ray's bar at Tychus's base. This is also where they'll rest up after taking heavy damage on the battlefield instead of dying. They'll need a short time to recover, but then they'll be revived just outside the bar. Outlaws can customize their gear at one of 3 structures depending on their role. Each type of gear upgrades immediately and either gives them new abilities or significant enhancements. Since every outlaw only has one primary active ability, you'll be able to see all of them together when selecting outlaws as a group. Tychus Findley is the leader of the outlaws, and he excels in a number of areas. His shredder grenades can be upgraded to pull in units as they explode, which combos well with other area of effect abilities that deal damage over time. Next, we have the Reaper, Crooked Sam, who is Tychus's most notorious pal. He deals single target damage and can take down high health enemies with his demolition charges. James Sirius Sykes is a mercenary warhound who deploys turrets with temporary life that share his special abilities. These can include anti-air missiles or attacks that sometimes fear enemies. Miles Blaze Lewis is a very familiar firebat from Raynor's Raiders who makes a great frontline tank. True to his name, he douses enemies in oil and lights them up. Inflamed enemies will explode upon death, fueling the fire across the battlefield. Other units with fire damage like Hellions or Colossi can also ignite Blaze's oil spills to maximize the pyromania. The other outlaw tank is Rob Cannonball Boswell, a Herc who can pull himself to locations and then stun enemies on impact. He'll gain attack speed and damage as he fights, so try to keep him constantly in battle. If things get rough, he'll fully restore his health upon taking fatal damage. Tev Rattlesnake West is the Outlaw's Marauder. He's a great choice for countering armored units, and he also deploys revitalizers to heal friendly units over time. The Heavens Devils are proud to have an elite ghost on their side, Vega. Thanks to her psionic prowess, she can mind control her enemies. Advanced players can best leverage her abilities by sending her to deal with the most difficult foes on the map. Even though he's a Spectre, Nux is still welcome among the Outlaws. Maybe it's because his ultrasonic pulse destroys groups of enemies so well, especially when combined with Cannonball's heavy impact. But none of these outlaws would get very far without the healing versatility of their medic, Lieutenant Lena Nikara. She has options to heal single or multiple targets, as well as a protective shield that covers friendly units.
Never send an angel for a devil's job.
Tychus's call-down abilities include a medevac pickup and his special favorite, the Odin. The medevac pickup is a useful escape from sticky situations and will transport, heal, and cloak Tychus and his outlaws, but not other allied units. You can queue up multiple medevacs depending on how many medevac platforms you build. If Tychus calls down his Odin, it will instantly deal splash damage and stun enemies in its arrival area. Tychus pilots it, granting him access to its powerful barrage ability that can be transformed into a truly incredible nuke with the big red button upgrade. With weapons like these, and friends like these, Tychus is ready to make a big impression on the battlefield and show us all what might have been.
Hell, it's about time.
The fun is over. Now it's about tragedy, heartbreak, and the end of the HGC regular season. For Korea, these two teams will battle to decide getting knocked down. I don't know why it took me 3 times to get that one.
Yes.
My delivery was so good right before that, and then next thing you know, it was all wacky. We'll find out who.
Haha. That's the real mic volume now.
we'll find out who is getting knocked into the Crucible and who will have a chance at BlizzCon through the playoffs, BlizzCon qualifiers next week.
Yeah, Gluck already is set to go down to that Crucible. They have to fight their way through if they want to remain in that HGC spot. But the other two teams, 6th and 7th, Supernova, Feliz, they'll have a match tonight. That is the final match of Week 10. And it all comes down to this.
It all comes down to this one final best of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the loser may never see them in HGC again.
Well, we had some entertaining ones, but let's get serious now. So let's put our serious pants on.
That's right. Serious pants are on. These ones right here. The ones I was wearing earlier. You guys didn't see them, but I was wearing my Clown Fiesta pants where it has there's a bunch of clowns that have the rainbow wigs on.
Mm-hmm. The dots.
Yeah, they're not the scary type of clown. And then the dots as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they were eating burritos, and it was a crazy party. Lots of brew, shall we say?
Lots of beans.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a look at these two teams in a moment. Feliz and Supernova. We'll talk about their identities.
Mm-hmm.
But going into the series, Supernova is the massive favorite. Even though they both only have one win
Yes.
in HGC Korea, Supernova's level of play overall and map wins have been much higher. They've looked to be the more cohesive team.
Supernova does stand out as a favorite for me too, because they actually managed to get some maps off the higher teams like BlossoM, Miracle even. Only few maps. Against Gen.G, Tempest, Ballistics, not too much. But still, because if you talk about Feliz, the only team they could actually beat 3-0 was Gluck. No other team they couldn't really get maps off, sets, and they could not win any series other than Gluck this entire year. So we'll have to see again. It's going to be a rematch of course, from Phase 1. Not Phase 1 because Supernova came into Phase 2, but it's a different story because Supernova, they actually earned their spot into Phase 2, or Feliz, because Mighty disbanded, they were kind of luckily to be put into HGC spot from all those open division points.
Yeah. We'll see if we have any more disbands this coming year, but I don't think so.
I
haven't heard any rumors about that. But although I did hear Raven was playing an open. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's Caster O, guys. We'll tell you a little bit about Caster O. He talks a lot.
He talks a lot.
Then he talks some more, and then right when one of his co-commentators is about to lead us into the next graphic, because he's not doing it, he interrupts them and talks to them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And then when the production scream as his ear says, "Next screen, please!" And okay. Let's go to next screen.
No, he doesn't. Don't lie. He then talks a little bit more, and then asks one more question to the other guy, and then makes one more joke, and then leads into the next screen. And he continues to talk to the others.
And it's actually a worse synergy, better synergy with King, because he talks forever too. And then O'Prime says, "Oh, no, that's not the right one," because he gets serious about stuff. And then Gasso was like, no, don't get this serious. Let's just joke around. And that's what happens all the time.
Yeah.
If you go into the Korean one, you will see what's happening.
Yeah, so here we are. We're just waiting to tell you guys about Feliz and Supernova. I could tell you about it now, but that'd be awkward because we didn't have anything to talk about when their faces are on camera. And then we'd be like, okay, here we go. All right, there we go. All right, so let me talk to you about Feliz. Feliz is a group of rookies and misfits that started their HGC journey at the beginning of this year. We're lucky, as you mentioned, able to stay in Korea, stay in HGC Korea, but they have not found really any success. Only the one series win against Gluck.
Yeah, that was a 3-0 at least. So there's that line between that 7th and 8th, for sure. Yes, and that is the reason why Gluck, of course, they're at the bottom all the way down there.
Yeah, they were able to get, in total, 3 additional map wins across 3 different series. And nearly took a win over Ballistics as well. But they come in as super underdogs here, and so there have been rumors and questions about how much they practiced after they knew they'd be going to Crucible, but they're not going to Crucible unless they lose this series. So it seemed pretty likely they're going to Crucible for sure, but then Supernova also lost all of their games, so they actually have an opportunity here. And I think this is the match you practice for almost as much as you practice for the Crucible, because if you win this, you don't even play the Crucible.
Yes.
So this is a shorter version of a Crucible. It's a best of 5, not a best of 7.
And Supernova had double the win of Feliz. Only the game score. In terms of the series, of course, they tied. That's why if they win tonight, they will be going up or staying at that 6th place spot.
Supernova, known for their macro play, global heroes, good coordination, and also known for their top laner, Kirisaku, who is, I think, of these 10 players, probably the most mechanically skilled.
Who actually, I think, will bring some Marthails when Diablo is picked by the opponent team. Because they're pretty good at bursting with that last strike. We saw that even against some stronger teams. And which worked. And I could remember a lot of Infernal Shrines games especially. Which is not the same for Feliz, because they try to do something else. Always banning Maiev as their ban, because they never really play that Maiev themselves. So let's get into Battlegrounds first.
Okay. BOE and Sky Temple, smart ban from Feliz, is one of Supernova's strongest maps. These are the maps banned here. So we will have Braxis and Volskaya open with Infernal Shrines as the starting map. This is the map where we see Alex play his namesake, Alex Strasza. And that's why this map is chosen here for Supernova. They want to draw that Alex Strasza ban early. The only player who really plays Alex Strasza in this league is Alex.
He's the one that plays the most, of course. See the bans. Okay.
He bans it, they ban it themselves, interestingly enough.
Because they want Tyrande, possibly. And with Tyrande, of course, we want to get rid of Alex Strasza, which will force the Gen.G and Maiev from Feliz. So Supernova, they want to ban whatever they want, forcing Feliz to ban into their plan.
Yeah. So there are a few options here. The Maiev is the most realistic one. You mentioned it already. But they could ban something like Garrosh to further open up their options, forcing Feliz to play into their hands further and get the Tyrande or the Maiev. Will be the Mephisto, which serves a very similar niche ban here. Very powerful on this map for the reasons we mentioned in the previous series. And now Feliz will have to make the choice between the Tyrande ban and the Maiev ban. And I think that when you were going for first pick Tyrande, there are ways to counter that, but they will take the Tyrande, which OJ does not seem very happy about. I think we'll see that Maiev lock in now.
Yeah, before Tyrande, Feliz always banned that Maiev in all maps.
Well, Supernova giving some thought to doing something a little bit different. It's just so odd to see.
Bentham is a great Maiev player,
He is.
so there was no chance of risking that going to Feliz hand, which can actually be okay because Feliz does not like to play that Maiev. I think that was the reason why they were waiting. Do we want to grab something else just in case Feliz does not take Maiev?
Yeah. Could have taken the Diablo, for example. I think that's now going to go over to the other side. We'll see Diablo. Medivh is also open. Yes. We've seen Medivh banned 3 for 3 in a previous series, but they'll take Raynor instead. The interview we had yesterday with SDE, where he said, well, it was when asked, how does it feel to play range DPS, play the Raynor? Because he was normally playing Mage or Flex DPS. He said, well, is there anyone in the world who can't play Raynor? This is his response. Feliz will take this high priority pick. Hanzo comes in with Garrosh now.
Because it's very likely that with Raynor they will have some peel. Instead of diving in, they would like to have some balance with pokes and also Maiev when they do need to dive in. With Hanzo Maiev, maxed out Soul Diablo will be very tough to actually. Will be very hard.
Yeah.
To burst him down with maxed out Soul later on.
White main. Great pairing here with the Garrosh. So removed. If they don't ban the Deckard, here, then I think that's where Feliz will head with this.
Yeah, no supports for either team.
Yeah. But if they do ban the Deckard, if Feliz gets the next best thing, and then Supernova's left with probably Karazim or Malfurion. So it does get a little bit tricky. They do decide to ban the Deckard now.
Feliz was actually picking a lot when they were not picking the support, because they would love to just have the tank all the way in front. They usually pick the Karazim to finish it up and sum it up as the last pick potentially.
Okay, well, we will see Blaze. And this means that Kirisak will almost certainly play the Malthael you mentioned earlier. Winning matchup against Blaze, has the ability to time his last rites to kill the Diablo, as mentioned before. So that's no longer a mystery, you'd have to say. The only other thing we're looking for here is the support, which will likely be the Karazim. The Yorick, though, which is similar, and Ana, okay? The Ana is a very interesting choice. It pairs not well with anything but the Garrosh. I mean, sustained healing, keeping Garrosh alive can be very powerful. Heal denies on Diablo as well. But there's no nano boost target here.
Well, Maiev is okay. Just think down those skill shots, because the fan will do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
but it's very conditional.
Yeah, it's already kind of going to just get resets, though, you know? I actually really like Feliz's comp much better after we see the Ana come through.
And Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer going to bully in lane. Very risky against a Maiev, but very powerful for the objective as well. It's very difficult for Supernova to kill the Hammer when she's hiding in that brush in that bush to the outside of the objective. I say bush, but you know what I mean, vent. In the line of sight blocker, she's going to be in there hitting those defenders. You know, I'm leaning towards I think Supernova will still take this first map because they're a mechanically superior team and they got their Maiev pick. But I think I think someone's going to have to explain to me, or Alex will have to prove to me, what the Ana pick means.
I think Ana actually will make some differences in this game. Theoretically, having perfect unstoppable all the time on that Hammer, Supernova, they have no one actually to go all the way to Hammer and grab onto him. Well, you can have some secret surprise tethers, but he has the unstoppable. So Hammer is basically unkillable. If Gen.G had this kind of comp, Hammer will be unstoppable from doing damage. But Ana, having that sleep dart, I think that could actually change the game in this case.
The sleep dart can be quite powerful, and if used correctly, it can also really disrupt what Diablo is trying to do. Because when he charges and when he's heading for a charge, he's very predictable in terms of his movement. So that can definitely make an impact. Did go for the sleep quest at level 1, so that's where they're headed in terms of the talent build and what they're looking to do.
Hammer was already on top pushing the wave, but Leoric just rotating on top, didn't really miss any minions, maybe just one single.
Yeah, and they got the faster rotational advantage in both mid and bottom as a result.
In terms of rotational power, Feliz actually has a lot more control, especially with that Diablo. They can just open up with the charge, and all Leo, when OJ throws one over, just can pair it up with the root, and Raynor will be doing free damage.
And that's why the wave clear control they had at the beginning was actually so important, but they've lost control of that now, as you guys can see. Faster camp timing for Supernova, but in the top lane, as it turns out, it's a mismatch. Ranged versus melee. OJ gets caught though, charges away. No commitment to the shade here for Maiev. They just want to steal this camp. They will be successful. It's a bad matchup for Leoric versus Sergeant Hammer in this lane swap. But it means that Blaze gives them more stun potential in the rotation. So the Hammer pick becomes the solo laner, but it's only going to be a temporary thing.
Yeah, that's the reason why Hammer actually went up. Blaze is at the bottom. Similarly, getting harassed by that Hanzo is the other case. But Hammer is able to do a lot more than what Hanzo is able to do at the bottom.
Yeah, and then this 2v3 with these camps pushing, the double camp, Supernova's getting a lot of damage done. And Felice is just unable to commit because Hammer can't rotate down to deal with this. If Hammer were in mid in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue. But because she's top, Supernova identifies that, invades the camp, wins that trade, and they have a fantastic position. The only way they are losing out is in that top, but not significantly enough to where Hammer has been able to get damage done to the wall. I mean, not able to kill the wall, to only do a little bit of damage to the wall. So now, I mean, Feliz, they're going to have to utilize this Diablo comp very well. Control the Shrine, as this is another issue down here in the neutral camp. They're going to have to utilize this Diablo pick to control the area to make sure that Hammer can get maximum damage and also clear those defenders.
Yep, and Hanzo actually finished level 1 geometry before the first shrine. That's very early, 240.
This is also the worst shrine for Sergeant Hammer because of how it's set up with those line of sight blockers, where Hammer has to, how aggressively Hammer has to position herself to do that damage. Mid and bottom, she has a lot more freedom, but not on the top shrine. So everything in favor of Supernova at the moment.
As the pokes from Hanzo, when they need to dive in, they have the Maiev. Hanzo is trying to do something, but Tutu will not be harassed whatsoever.
Oh, huge pull.